Okay, what I'm going to attempt to do today is demystify the US Optics EREK elevation knob. This particular scope is a 3.8 to 22 SN3. It's set up with 10th mil clicks, windage, and elevation. I'm going to try to go through the steps here, but they're somewhat covered in the directions, but rather vague, especially because in the directions they make MOA references. So the first thing I'm going to do is, utilizing the center screw down inside, the Allen screw down inside the EREK knob, I'm going to raise the erector. The screw allows you to make adjustments to the reticle independent of the knob system. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this up about a turn. What that allows you to do is then take and run the knob down to its bottom without bottoming the erector inside the scope. So there's no way you're going to damage the scope from doing this. I found the bottom. So step one was to run the reticle up. Step two is take the knob down because the knob has a limited amount of travel. We're now going to take my step three is I'm going to go ahead and at this point, after I've run this down all the way, you want to come back about a quarter of a turn. Now I'm going to take and loosen the two smaller Allen screws on top, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the knob to 0. This is going to kind of give me a static 0 at this point. Okay, tighten those back down. Now my next step will be bore sighting the scope and then firing some test rounds to verify my windage and elevation 0. Okay, so now I'm actually going to bore sight. I've got her set up on the bags. I have my target down. Per the Armory and Marine sniper manuals, they say bore sight just like this at 200 yards. So that's what I do. I have no problem normally doing it. Right now I have my crosshairs on the target. My bore is definitely pointed high. Now I've got the target in the center of my bore, and crosshairs are low. So we move the crosshairs the opposite. I'll be turning this down in order for them to raise the point of impact. So again, I go back to the Allen, and you can make about a third of a mil adjustment. Is about as close as you can get with this. It's not designed for being doing your fine measurements, but just your coarse adjustment. That'll be plenty of granularity for this step. Target's right in the center. Get closer, come in a little bit more. Still a little bit low. Crank that reticle down a little further. Okay, typically I'll bore sight to center and then come up about a mil. And that's where I am. I'm just at the top of a SR reduced target with the crosshairs. So chances are this thing's going to be on target. Okay, without any further ado, let's get around downrange, see where it comes up. It's 22 power, I should be able to spot the hole. Yep, there it is. It's actually a little left, about a whole mil left, but very, very low. So I'll go ahead and make my adjustments. I can make that coarse adjustment from here, since I have to come up about 4 mils. I'll bring it up quite a bit, and I'm going to come about a half mil right. Okay, centered up left and right. Still have a little more elevation to go. Good thing that thing didn't fly out. I'm going to give it another turn or so. Okay, that was a little high. Still a little left. I'll make this as my last adjustment using this. And my adjustments after this will be using the knob itself, which I have plenty of travel to do with. I'll actually use the knob to make the final adjustments from here. Loosen those two screws, re-zero the knob, loosen that screw, re-zero my windage, and I now have this thing 0 to 200 yards. I'll do some testing of my dope out to 300 before the day's over.